Action, baby!
Action!
What up, friends? This is Coffee with Bao, episode 1 of season 2. And I'm here with some iced matcha from Starbucks. Real classy.
So classy.
But check it out. For episode 1, I thought it'd be really cool to have a co-host, because earlier this year, my niece Kei asked me about podcasting, and she was interested in starting podcasting. And so besides her dabbling around with that, I thought it'd be also a really cool opportunity to have her as my co-host for Coffee with Bao this time. So here's my niece, Kei.
Well, hello there, guys. My name is Kei. I do dabble in a little podcasting on my own. Have I posted anything yet? No, but honestly, that's all right. I'm I'm just here doing my little thing. I got free matcha, so that's a plus. And,
Wait, how old are you?
Oh, how old am I? I'm 16 years old. I turned 16 like a month ago, and so far, 16's a great age, guys. if you're in the U.S., a junior year, baby. We love school.
Junior year in high school.
Junior year.
Have you discovered any things that you are especially interested in during your high school?
Oh, during high school. Honestly, I recently got to. Okay, so my freshman year of high school, I got in back from COVID. That was a time.
Oh,
and
that's a can of worms.
Yeah, a can of worms. All right. I think after COVID, I was just really interested in generally Japanese media, I guess, and anime, and a lot of online stuff. Chronically online here. Can't relate. Wink, wink. But that's just all I've been doing. Watching anime, doing art, a lot of anime art.
There you go. So you've been drawing on your iPad, I've seen.
Yes.
You've been making little merch items.
Oh.
Tell me about those.
Yes. So I do a little bit of art with my friends at school. We do a bunch of keychain design stuff. We get it manufactured professionally, and it's pretty cool. We take commissions from people we know in real life, and we just do some art in anime style, and we just ball.
Wait, so how big of a reach do your pins and stickers and stuff get? How many do you distribute at one time?
Distribute at one time? Okay, honestly, we haven't really opened our online shop yet, but we're looking to do that starting January of next year.
Ooh,
yeah.
It's coming up.
Oh, it's coming up. I'll probably plug that somewhere, honestly. But then, yeah, we don't really do much actual launch and stuff. For the most we do is stickers. We have them printed out and made from a mutual friend that we know in real life too. And then we have those as well. But for our regular commissions for keychains, we just give that out to friends we know in real life.
Cool. So when you say commissions, it means that people give you money to make stuff?
Heck yeah, money. We're not broke anymore. We're just slightly broke. We're not going bankrupt soon.
That's great. And then how many friends do you collaborate with art stuff?
So I do it with 3 other my friends. Do I name them? I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't name them. They're not here.
Because y'all are young people, and I want to
Tiny.
mind your privacy as young people.
You're so real for that.
Oh, which is why your head's cropped off in the video version
you don't see
of
me.
this podcast.
I'm anonymous, somewhat. If you recognize me, I'm not here.
So you have 3 or 4 friends that you draw with.
Yes.
And then you turn those things into little artifacts.
Yes.
That you share with your other friends. And then sometimes people pay you to make custom designs.
Heck yeah. Pretty much what's going on.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool for age 16, if you ask me. I don't think I was doing that type of stuff.
It's not very profitable, but it's fun. It's okay.
Awesome. And then, after high school, do you think you're gonna pursue something art related?
Heck yeah. After high school, I think we're going to continue doing my little art thing, expand it even more.
Hold on, you're blowing my mind.
Shoot.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because Kei's parents, my sibling and sibling-in-law, they're not artsy people.
No, they aren't. They really aren't.
They're really straight-laced, normal job people.
Yeah.
So I'm very encouraged that, you found this art thing and you kind of want to dig a little deeper in that.
Yeah, that's so real. They didn't know what commissions were, and so I told them about what do you mean you're making money drawing little anime guys on the internet? I'm like, yeah, that's what I do.
All
Yeah.
right. That's awesome.
I know, right? But yeah.
So is there any like actual um, money making or career making things that you've looked into recently? Because you're getting to
Yes,
that age, right,
I
where you have to apply
do.
to colleges.
Applied colleges. Oh, college applying applications. For in regards to the future, I think I'm going like the small business route. I haven't really like committed full time to it yet because I'm still looking into other career paths as well. Because I'm really indecisive, honestly. So I think I'm just gonna go with the art stuff and see how the online shop goes and like how like future social media stuff goes. Because I haven't really like expanded much on my social media platforms for the art stuff yet.
I see.
But then,
Okay.
yeah, regardless of school, I think I'm going for business, honestly.
Okay.
It sounds,
With some sort of intention of like eventually maybe having your own creative business.
heck yeah.
Ooh, wow, this is blowing my mind. Wow, that's beautiful. So
Thank you.
I guess if I can be of any help to you, then hit me up.
Yeah, for real, definitely.
Can I ask you like 2 questions about being a young person, and then I'll turn it over to you to ask me questions?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
You go for it, man.
So being a middle schooler and a early high schooler during the pandemic, like you kind of had to make friends in different ways, right?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
How do you think your experience was different from people like me who had a normal high school, normal in that we actually saw each other in person and
Oh, yeah.
we weren't afraid to like get within 3 feet of each other?
Yeah, because generally I'm not really like, as we said earlier, my parents kind of strict on that. So I don't really like, go out and see my friends often. The most I see my friends are at school, maybe after school for club activities. But regards to the whole entire pandemic thing, chronically online is very real, guys.
Wow.
I was very much online. I think I spent like 99% of my day on Discord at most.
Wow.
But I think a lot of the communities you find there are really helpful. And like, if you find a good community that not caters, but like are like really like not strict on it, but like are really focused on making sure the community is safe for like minors especially too, and that's like a really good community to have. Because there's like those like Discord areas where it's not really safe, but like when you have that like good community where they can like support you and stuff during those like times of pandemic, it's really cool when you have like the community to help you out.
What does high school drama look like when you're online like that? Like when you're exclusively online?
Hell, high school drama, man. Honestly, I try to stay like away from it with a 6-foot pool, but when it does happen, it's usually not me that's part of it, I'm like very much on the sidelines. If it's my friends, then I'm like looking over, but you guys got this. I'd rather not be a part of this. That's so real though.
Yeah.
High school drama, man. Ugh.
Okay. Last question for you. What's been the hardest thing about the last few years since coming back in person, going to school with people?
Coming back in person.
Because I know it's like this wonderful experience, right? You get to see your friends in person.
Yeah.
You get to actually hug people.
Oh. Does that happen? I'm not sure.
But has there been anything where you've been like, dude, this is challenging?
Oh man, yeah. So teenagers, like generally, like all time, like the germ stuff situation, like I still get my drinks stolen, and my drinks were never taken back.
What?
Because honestly, no, because so at my school, right, there's like whatchamacallit, these like $1 slushies. They're really cheap, but I'm very frugal. So when I'm drinking my slushie and someone takes my $1 slushie, I'm not drinking that again. But my $1 is gone. We live that broke art student life. And my slushie is gone.
What in the world?
I know, right?
This was not the answer I expected, but I love the answer.
It's so difficult out here with my germaphobe me and my friends who are not. So it's a very serious answer.
That's hilarious. So, as you know, I'm a practicing artist, and I've always been, right? Even when I was in my design career, I considered myself an artist, or I was doing my art stuff outside of my day job. And I didn't know you were so serious about following through with your creative stuff.
Oh, heck
as a
yes.
career. So I wonder what kind of questions you have for me just about like more general stuff that would be relevant for your life.
Let's see. Okay, so I think the first question in general, like I'm not very keen on like pursuing like actual fine arts. Like me doing painting or something like that, that's crazy. I would never see me doing that. Like I think a couple months ago, what you told me to draw an apple, like I gave up like the first 2 days. I'm like, no, thank you. Apples? What are apples?
I
hate
I
apples.
asked Kay to draw a still life to practice translating what you actually see in real life onto a flat surface.
Yeah.
And because that's so different from drawing
Right.
imaginary character or drawing from another person's character drawing.
Yeah.
So sorry, what was your question?
Oh yeah, what was the question again? Hold up. My question, I think. No, I think my question was like, how did that like? I know it's been like a while since like you like first start. Like, how did you even get started in art in general? Because I know my parents and like the rest of the family, they do a bunch of like physical stuff, I guess, with their careers. But you do a lot of creative work. So how did that come about?
That's a really good question. And I think people watching this who don't really know me personally will benefit from hearing this answer too. You know, like old school Vietnamese people, when you turn like 1 year old or something, they do this activity where they make you crawl toward they lay out like 5 objects or whatever.
I think I saw that in Avatar, Last Airbender, actually.
It's stuff of lore. So anyway, my mom told me that when they did that for me, they laid out 5 objects, and I'm like a baby, so I'll crawl toward the one that I'm like, that's gonna determine my life path, whatever. And she said I grabbed a pencil. So I think I don't have that memory firsthand, but I think that was pretty accurate because my earliest memory was in preschool at at Head Start.
No, I don't know what that is. Yeah.
Head Start is pre-kindergarten for poor kids.
Oh, I think it's called like what, TK? No, maybe.
Pre-K?
No, transitional something kindergarten.
So I
Pre-K?
attended the Head Start program in the 80s.
Oh, back
And
in the dinosaur
I
ages.
remember I drew this drawing of like a bird's eye view of a neighborhood, and there was a bike, crosswalk, a house, and like the bird's eye view was actually looking down at a bird that was flying. So I was from the perspective of a bird that was even higher than the bird. But I remember the teachers were all like, how does he know how to draw from this angle?
Perspective, man.
And I don't know that to this day. I don't know how. But I knew from that earliest of early memories that I can draw, and I really love to draw. And so all through kindergarten, first grade and stuff, all the teachers would like help me pursue this art thing because they saw that I had a passion. And eventually I think that passion turned into like talent because of all the nurturing. And so like my 3rd grade teacher and stuff would like enter my artwork into contests and community showings or whatever. And so as far as my memory has existed, I've been doing art stuff. But it wasn't until my mom, who's your grandma, said, during high school I went to Texas to go to this art school called HSPVA, High School for the Performing and Visual Arts. And I was doing all this cool art stuff, right? And finally my mom was like, hey, I know that we don't make that much money on her one salary as like a clerk at a grocery store or something. But I know that you're talented. We've been seeing this for your whole life. And if you need money to work on these projects, like, don't hesitate to ask me for it. Like, you'll always have that resource to fund your creative stuff. And that was when I was like, okay, I'm a fucking artist. Oh, sorry for
That's
cursing.
so cool, man.
Sorry for cursing.
My mom won't see this. Okay.
I'm gonna be in trouble with your mom.
She's not gonna see this. Where's she gonna find this?
But yeah, anyway, as an art creator forever, but as somebody who wanted to pursue it deeply for the rest of my life? Probably high school. My crow brethren have arrived.
I love the crows, man.
Yeah, does that answer your question?
That does answer my question. Well, I didn't know that much, you know? I saw some like readings of like your random appearances somewhere. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I didn't really know the whole entire backstory. That's really cool. That's super cool, actually. Yeah. In regards to me, I think like, in regards to art stuff, I think I remember just like one clear memory from like this after school program in elementary. We're like drawing like this like, this, I think it was like an ocean thing. I drew like turtles in it because I want to give them to grandma.
Yes.
And I lost because my son wasn't as big enough as the other son.
What do you mean you lost? Was it a
Goodness.
contest?
It was I don't know, it was like a contest, but like an activity thing. But like, I don't know, I think my sister did the same thing, right? But then she drew like this like, I think it was like some freaking cave thing with like a polar bear. And like the sun was like the whole entire like page. And I lost because my thing was a tiny ass sun. And I'm like, what do you mean? So traumatized from that memory. If she's watching this, screw you.
Cool.
That's terrible.
What other questions do you have for me?
Questions. Oh yeah, music stuff too. Like I see your music stuff everywhere, and I'm like, how does this happen? When does this happen? And how often have you been doing this? All your music stuff.
Yeah, good question. It's like the main thing that I do now.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I didn't expect that because I was always a visual artist. And by accident, when I dropped out of art school at age 19, I guess, I was really discouraged about visual arts because going to art school after high school, I realized it was so commercial and everyone was just like really concerned about how they were going to appeal to this elite class of people with money that would buy their art. So I dropped out of school, I got really depressed, and I was just messing around while I worked at this cafe making music. And then my friend Brian made a joke that my band name should be Ming and King because some electricians came in to work on the lights at the cafe, and I had previously told him, dude, I want to make this music that's like sounds like the synth pop, electronic pop music that that Vietnamese people really love. But I don't think anyone's gonna care that this little Vietnamese boy is making this. I feel like I need like a persona. And then my friend said, yeah, Ming and King's your band name, right? As a joke. But then that weekend I got home and I started taking these photos and I assembled these characters called Ming and Ping. And then that wasn't where it started. It was just like a fun art idea, like a conceptual art idea. But I gave some of my music, my demo songs, to my friends like Brian and another friend called Rory, and they put it in their skate movies, like just homemade skate films. And those started popping off on the internet and around circles of skaters. And so from there, more people started listening to the music. And then in the mid and late 2000s, there was a website called MySpace.
Oh, MySpace. I've never seen that.
So I put my stuff on MySpace, and that's where things started blowing up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I did that for a long time, and to me it was more of a conceptual art project with music as one of the artifacts.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I see your Ming Ting stuff somewhere. I think there's like this one hot sauce like grandma has in her thing with like Ming and Ping. I think it's kind of goofy.
Yeah. I mean, that's an indication of how I thought about it as like this concept, this idea. And then the art would be the hot sauce. The art would be the music.
I see.
The art would be the costumes. So I was still making art.
I see the vision.
Yeah, I wasn't exclusively a musician, right? I still am not a musician.
Yeah, no, I didn't like dabble into anything creative until like after COVID, man. Like I see all my friends, like you know the friends from the art business stuff, like they've been like drawing since elementary, and I'm like, I started this like 2 months ago. What am I doing here?
That's
like,
great.
Yeah, they have like this really cool art stuff, and I'm like, I can color this, guys. Can I do line art? No.
But can I ask you,
honestly?
Like, how do you know that that's the thing that gets you excited to create?
Okay, honestly,
what do you feel?
I have this one cousin. I saw her stuff like randomly because I think I've never played Genshin in my life, but I saw this like one character that she had on like the refrigerator, I guess. I think it was like some like official merch, and I drew it on like a whim, you know. Like I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I got a pencil, I got paper, I'll just draw it. So I hanged it up, and then I think her mom, yeah, Komai, she like gave me one of her like business cards. I'm like, I have never seen this in my life. I don't even talk to her, and it just like sprung from there, man. Like I'm like, you do
cool.
this cool stuff that I've never heard about, seen about in my life, and I've never even like known this was a thing, and I can do this too, legitimately. And I was like, copycat, let's do this. Yeah, but yeah, I just thought it was a really cool idea because I saw art stuff and like, that's really cool art. I want to do this.
Cool.
So yeah, I've just been like doing a lot of stuff from that era.
So now when you make a drawing that you think is really good, or that you think was better than the last one you did, what does that feel like?
It's so euphoric, man. Like
Really?
I'm like, I did this. Like I look back and like my first digital art, I think it was like really messy, like fan art of like this one. Do I say it? No, I don't. This one character that I really liked, and people liked it. People saw like, oh, it's cool. That's cool. And this was like back in what, December of 2021, I think.
That's like half your lifetime.
Forever, like forever ago. So like whenever I think about that, I'm like, I need to redraw this too. And I haven't done that yet because not December. But like I've been procrastinating on that. But like whenever I look back, I'm like, wow, I really improved a lot, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things, you know?
Oh, that's so beautiful
Oh,
to
man.
hear. That's such a nice thing to hear.
So back when Grandma was like in Arizona, I think she had this like one drawing I remember vividly. I think it was like one of the like sketchy kind of things, like black and white, and it was like just ink on it. I think it was a tiger. I'm pretty sure. It's been a while, man. But I think I saw like that at one time. I'm like, wow, I don't see him ever, but he does this cool stuff. And there's one of those like memories about like art and stuff. I'm like, oh, I just because I think all I like remembered before I've actually like talked to you a bit more was like, wow, you do something like cool. Or not the dog.
The cutest puppy just appeared.
Ah.
Come here, baby.
Kidnapping puppies, terrible idea. Well, it's like really cute too, man.
It's super cute.
I don't think I've ever seen a little. That's so cute.
Oh, puppy detour.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know, cause I feel like back like before Grandma moved over here, I like rarely saw you, but like I always had headcanon like this guy does cool art stuff, and that's all about it. I know, cause I don't think I know a lot of people from like my dad's side of the family. Like all my cousins are like a lot older than me. I don't really see them ever.
Sure.
Yeah, but I think I just want to like. What's the question part of that? I don't know. What was the question of that? Wait, was there a question? Was there like an interlude here? I don't know, man. I just feel like I don't know anything about y'all in general.
Yeah, I guess I'm the only creative professional in the family.
Besides,
everyone has pretty normal jobs, right?
If normal makes sense.
I'm the youngest of 5 children, single mom. This is for whoever doesn't know me personally. Yeah, and it's funny because I don't really think of myself as a visual artist anymore, right? I did in high school, but then in high school they taught me about conceptual art, and that blew my mind. So I was like, oh, anything can be an art material.
Yeah.
Like, what is art, right? It's just creating some sort of experience for other people to experience with you.
Yeah.
And that could literally be anything. And so since then, it's just been ideas.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how it comes out, what artifact you end up with. And
Yeah.
so
That's cool.
I know there wasn't like really a question in whatever you just said, but where I netted out after this whole process of like knowing that I'm an artist is that one time I did this like career center interview with people from Pixar,
Oh, that's cool.
and I kind of wanted a job there, but I didn't.
Animation, guys.
But after they left, they went to the career services office and told the lady there, yeah, this dude Bao we just interviewed, like we keep seeing these people who like think out of the box, but for this student, it's as if he doesn't have a box.
There's no box.
Like he doesn't see a box. And that was like one of the best comments I've ever gotten from people.
That's really cool.
And so I don't, if that helps inspire you to think about your creative work too, like that's what I want to communicate with this answer.
Yes. I don't know, because I feel like, because when you like really think about stuff you want to do in the future, it comes a lot from like, your middle school, high school experiences. But I have no idea what I'm doing, guys. Like for middle school, I was like game design. I love games. I'll play games. But now I'm like, I don't really play that many games now, honestly. Like I think, and then I got into like art stuff. I'm like, that's cool. I'll probably do this. But I'm like really indecisive, man. Like I was thinking about going to computer science too. I'm like, what am I doing? Like,
So
oh man, I
I
don't know.
think that that's good.
Yeah,
I think that you have a lot of interests,
so many interests.
and here's what I learned, because I have a lot of interests and I don't put myself in a narrow lane.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know until you go and do it.
That's so real.
Whether it's the thing, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you are interested in video games or whatever. You can't really tell whether it is the right thing unless you go try it out. Unless you have this feeling already that that's a passé interest, that you're not interested
Yeah.
anymore. But if you still have some sort of inkling about being curious about it, like, you won't know until you actually go try it.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're like applying to colleges and stuff and thinking about how you're gonna make enough money to have a home and eat
Yeah.
food,
Live life.
have a home, eat food, maybe have a car.
Maybe have a car. Who needs a car?
That's about it, right?
Yeah, man.
Like, I would say no job, no career is the wrong one. Like, you can just go into something, and if it's the wrong one, or if it's not right for you at the moment, then you just go do something else.
Yeah, I feel like all my friends, including me too, like we don't know what we're doing in life, and I feel like everyone's like worried about like their future and stuff.
Because everyone
Yeah.
is raised to think that whatever you go into is going to be the thing,
Yeah.
and you're stuck
Yeah.
there. You're not.
Yeah.
You can go do 15,000 different things until you find the right thing, and that's okay.
Yeah. I feel like all my friends need to hear that, so I'll probably link this to them later. Like, timestamp, watch this, guys. Motivate
Okay.
yourself. I don't know, man. 'Cause I feel like a lot of people are in like that perception of like, once I do this thing, I'm never going back. I'm like, nope, not true, guys. Like, I feel like I've been dabbling in a lot of things now and then. Like, I'm not really committed to like one thing. A lot of projects in the background. Like, I haven't gotten to all of them yet, clearly. But like, once I like get working on something, it's gonna be happening someday, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like until I really commit to something, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. So, oh well. What are your plans for the future?
Oh, what are my plans for the future? Man, how far into the future, though?
I don't know, man. Like, what projects you got coming up?
Okay, so this past month I released a full-length album that I helped produce for a band called The Slants. This week I have a single that I produced with a friend who's she's a singer called Summer Yuki, and that actually comes out on the day that we're filming this.
Oh, really?
today.
Oh,
So by the time this episode's out, it'll be like the previous week.
I'll go check that out then.
So currently I am working on my next solo album that's almost done. There's 11 tracks.
Wow,
There
11.
were 13, but I dropped a couple because they didn't feel as relevant. So that's like the best thing I've ever made ever in my life, musically. The
That's
most
cool.
authentic, most experimental, most unapologetic thing I've ever made. But I think that's one of like 3 or 4 different aspects of the same art project. The other aspects are a book called Baoisms.
It's pretty cool, I'm hearing.
So I'm writing a book called Baoisms, and it's going to be 33 of these Baoisms that I often repeat, that people are like, dude, you have these things that you repeat. You should make a book out of them.
These wise words.
So that's part of the album too, right? That they support each other. And together with that, I'm working on a new live show that incorporates a lot of the theatrical and the cool visual stuff, the conceptual art that I had in the Ming and Ping project. So the new Bao live show will have that level of sophistication, but even cooler.
So cool. Yeah, that's really cool, Dan.
And then this podcast helps me grow because I talk to people like you who have other perspectives.
Yeah.
And,
My perspective's kind of weird one.
So I think those 4 things creatively are really, they really balance out my, to be an artist, you constantly have to ingest so that you can digest, and then you put that out as your work,
Outputs, you know?
right?
Yeah.
And so the podcast really helps me ingest new ideas and exposes me to other ideas, along with living life, just going out and
Drinking matcha.
drinking matcha.
A lot of projects, dude.
That's it.
Yeah. What am I doing? I have no clue. High school, calculus, math.
Yeah, and
Projects.
that's okay. That's
Yeah.
good. So it's been a really weird and interesting way to kick off this new podcast season.
Talking to me.
And I really appreciate that you did this whole conversation very naturally and without making it so formal and so
No,
like,
never. No formal.
right?
Me formal? It's crazy. My employer's not watching this, I swear.
So I think what I would encourage everyone watching or listening to do is like send messages with questions for both me and for Kay.
I would love to answer questions.
Yeah.
I don't get enough questions, honestly.
So we'll either answer it through the comments of either YouTube or podcast or other social media.
Yes, I'll be watching
or-
this.
Or if it's a cool question, I'll answer it in the next episode or some of the following episodes
Indeed.
with voice. Is there anything else you want to close with? Kay?
Closing thoughts, closing messages. And I feel like I'm going to share some of my friends at least. So, I feel like I tell my friends a lot of things, but like it's very like chunked down because I'm talking to them, you know? I feel like it's one of those things where like when you talk to someone directly, it doesn't like go the message the right way you want to say it when they're not here. So I feel like back to the whole entire thing about not knowing what you're going to do in life, I feel like it's very important to dabble in things you are curious about, but you're not good at. So I feel like some of my friends are like somewhat artists too. And like I know one of my friends are like really like into like the whole entire like drawing and like fashion design and stuff like that. I'm like, you should pursue that, man. Like you do like pretty creative, cool stuff, and you should go do that. So I feel like for anyone else who has like the inkling of like you really enjoy this, but you don't think it's like very profitable, you can still like dabble in it, see how it goes. You're not gonna know how far it takes you until you try, you know.
Wow.
Like me on YouTube, I like post things, take it off, and like post more things, take it off. Like so far right now, I'm at 0 videos because I took everything off again. But like I do want to dabble in more like content spheres and stuff because like me doing the same thing over and over again is like kind of boring, you know. So I feel like
Wow.
if you like dabble in more stuff, because I think recently like right now I'm going to song covers.
Cool.
So if you see me somewhere and I actually finish my projects, then that's me.
Well, Kay, that is very wise words from a
Wise could be.
16-year-old. Like, right? Your whole life is an experiment.
Very
Once
much
you
so.
think that you know something for real,
No.
then you stop learning and things stop being fun.
Yeah, I feel like when you're like a kid, hormone stuff, you don't like this is like the time where you can experiment and like change actively.
Ooh, you're so
real.
smart.
Hormone, I'm like BSing science. Like I understand science, guys. Wink, wink. Hormones. I feel like it's like a filler word for anything I say. like I feel like this is like the key time where like you're not like at this fixed position in career. You can like experiment with stuff. You're still in school. You're still in high school.
Yeah, and you still don't have to pay rent.
No, no rent, no bills. You're fine. Like you think you're broke, but are you really broke? That's what I think about sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys in a couple weeks in the next episode of Coffee with Bao.
Hopefully, I'll check up on you.
Cool. Bye, guys.
Bye, bye, bye.
Oh, coffeewithbao.com.
Oh yeah.
Bao is spelled B-A-O. Don't let it autocorrect it to boa. 'Cause
Boa.
I'm not a snake. See you later.
Bye, guys. Aww. Hi, baby.
Same kind but different color.
Aww.
I love dogs, bro. Oh, they're so soft.
Hi, baby. Come here. Come here, puppy.
Hello cô đi. Hello cô đi. Hello cô giữ nè, cô giữ đi chụp.
Hiền hai đứa con đều hiền.
Nó hiền lắm,
Hai
nó
con
hiền lắm.
Aww.
Đó, nó hiền lắm. Chơi với cô đi. Chơi với cô đi.
Cô này nó là không thể nào thật nó hiền, cô này nó
Oh, you're so cute. Ah!
nó về chủ nó đi về chủ